What's going on, YouTube? It is Craig Harris, the black man in the green chair, the man of little means, but a big heart. How is everybody doing today? It is Monday. It is the end of July. We are about 60 hours away from preseason football. So I personally think that's a good thing. It's football season. I like baseball, but these are the dog days of baseball. Baseball trading deadline is tonight, so we'll have to check out, see where some of our favorite people end up. But it's football time. How's everybody looking on their fantasy teams? Am I the only one that played fantasy back in the early 90s, and then I quit playing when it became popular? Now it's popular again. I'm going to probably jump back on one or two expert leagues. So I'm looking to draft, so everybody just root for me this year. Hopefully we do well. We're also about 6 weeks away from college football kicking off, so all good, all good. The weather is good here in the bluegrass state so far right now. Who knows? It may be snowing in 2 more hours here where I live, but because that's just our wacky weather patterns here. But I certainly hope everybody enjoyed their weekend. Shout out to everybody that's listening now, and we'll be streaming this later. I am got some announcements here. I'm looking to move to SoundCloud, and I'm going to start streaming on Twitch, which I have no idea how to do, but I'm going to try to set that up today, just to try something different and reach different kind of people. So I may be on Twitch a little later on today streaming. I think I'm getting to the end of Ghost Recon Wildland, and so I may end up streaming that last mission on Twitch just to kind of see how that goes. But I hope everybody, again, had a good weekend. Oh, we're also moving into August, so the August gaming lineup full open now. Today's also, if you have PlayStation Network, is the last day to get the very underrated smash hit Until Dawn. If you don't have it, you can download it for free. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So just so everybody knows. So, but this again, very underrated game. You can't save and go back. I beat this game already when it came out, I think in 15. I can't remember if it was 14 or 15 it came out, and I beat it, but I think there was 8 kids or 9 kids, something like that, teenagers, and I ended up only lost 1 or 2 of them. So I only lost 1 or 2 of them. So not bad, not bad. They survived Until Dawn, and I got a good grade on that game. So it is fun to watch. And so what's happening out there in the land? So from the left coast to the east coast, to New Zealand, to Australia, to everybody in Europe. Shout out to Reunion K in Germany. Hope he's having some sauerkraut and Bitburger beer. Shout out to Fox. Check out Foxy Games. I was on there yesterday with Domingo, the Black, aka the Black Columbo. He was on for about an hour, and he got called away to a case. But so shout out to Fox, and big shout out to J-Dub City. He was on there. We gave our thoughts on some things that happened during the week in the gaming streets. I guess that's what the kids are calling it now. But let's go ahead and get to the video here. I'll start with Xbox X Enhanced Games. This comes from Windows Central. I left the link down in the description. They have anywhere from 80 to 100, over 100 games that are going to be enhanced. Now, if they're enhanced, they may have HDR, they may be 1440p, they may be 1800p, as with Killing Floor 2. They may also be dynamic 4K, checkerboard, native. So, but they've got their game list is out now, and so everybody can go to Windows Central and check that out. It's an impressive list for all the people who are looking to buy one, or maybe on the fence about buying one. You may want to check that list out. Your favorite games may be on there. Maybe they're coming. So go check that out. Also, they're going to have bundles with it. They're going to bundle it with some TVs, and that's according to Phil Spencer. And that comes from us over at N4G. .com news. Phil Spencer said they may be bundling it with some TVs. It may be in the mode of what they did. Remember with the 360 when it launched, there were some bundles that came with the Samsung TV. It was 720p. I mean, that's what the TV was. I can't remember if it was a 26 inch or maybe a 32 inch Samsung back in the day, the 360. Yeah, you know, so it may be something as simple as that. Have no idea what it's going to cost, but if it's if it's a 40-inch television set and plus the Xbox, you may be looking at, you know, $799. So you know, a couple $100, you know, for a decent 4K TV, a decent one, you're looking at $500 anyway. And I'm gonna get more than that with a little commentary I got, because with me building a computer, I do sub to AMD's site now just to get information, and they launched something called the Vega GPU, and it's only $399, and apparently people are I'll get more to that, but it's only $399, and apparently this thing can do 4K 60, and you know it's like 10 T-flops. This ridiculous. All right, but it's $399. All right, but moving on. So more gaming news here. So, but this is good for the people who may be on the fence of buying an Xbox X. I mean, I have an Xbox One S. I already have the ability to watch UHD 4K movies, which I only have one because the movie studios, and I've said this to people before, the top three movies, the top three, meaning top three grossing movies over the last like 2 years have been Star Wars: The Force Awakens, Zootopia, Captain America: Civil War, and maybe, I mean, if you want to throw in Rogue One as well. Now, all those come out of Walt Disney Studio, and they're not converting their stuff to UHD Blu-ray. Now, when Spider-Man Homecoming comes out, because that's a Sony picture that's produced by Marvel, Sony may be able to get that into UHD 4K, and that may start a run on movies. And that's what I think might happen. But again, I got no proof. That's just what I think may happen. That's a prediction. So that's me kind of being Jack Reacher right there. Well, Jack Reacher would say he knows, but I hope that's what Sony does. And then on turn, Marvel turns around and it's a run. Because all the other Spider-Man movies, the ones with Tobey Maguire and the other kid, Andrew Garfield, those are all in UHD. So, like I said, also you got what else is coming out? Oh yeah, my favorite movie, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, that comes out September 1st. That was that was redone in 4K at the movie theater. So I will be seeing that day one. If you've not seen this movie, this goes into the whole UFO topic. You all need to go check that out. This is a good movie. It's an older movie, so don't laugh at the hairstyles and the cars, but it's still a good movie. It's Spielberg at his best. You know, just go check that out. You know, so and it's well, thanks a lot, Fall of Duty. That's because of people like you and everybody else is here in the chat. I appreciate you guys subbing and listening. So, and I listen to you guys, so it's cool. So I appreciate that. So, and I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that. You didn't hear Fall of Duty. I'm gonna do some stuff on Twitch. I think I'm gonna try to sign up because it's free, and I may look for me to be playing Ghost Recon on that maybe later on today, because I'm towards the end of the game. I'm tearing down the entire drug network. It's fun as hell. It is fun kidnapping people, forcing them off the streets at gunpoint, sniping people, dropping bombs on people. It's fun, but I'm just doing the single player. But thanks a lot, Fall of Duty. I appreciate it. Let's move on here. Injustice, for all of us who have Injustice, and I do not, I do not. So, but if you have, because I don't play fighting games, you've heard me, Mortal Kombat, I will play Mortal Kombat. But Injustice, this one is very high rated. Everybody liked it, so the people that bought it really enjoyed it, had a good story mode, things like that. The DLC comes out next month as well. Of course, that's August. It's called Starfire or Star something. It's Star something, but we may see Red Hood and all those guys in it. So we have to wait and see. But nevertheless, the people we're getting rewarded. Again, the people that bought the game, again, bought enough. Again, this is what happens when you support the games. You get DLC. So you get DLC. So, which is great. You know, this is one of the things we talked about on, Starfire. Thanks. This is one of the things we talked about yesterday on the gaming couch is that, look, when you buy the games, you get sequels. When you don't buy the games, you don't get no sequels. So, you know, but, y'all talk about game of the year over there. Come on, we're in August. We're not, come on now. Let's keep going here. So, if I were to play Injustice, I would probably use Green Arrow. You know, there's people have asked me that. I would use Green Arrow because I think that's a cool character. So, but nevertheless, moving on. Hellblade, I mean, a game that I plan on picking up here in the next week or two. It comes out in 8 more days, and it's gone gold. So it will definitely be coming out, I'm sorry, in the next week or two. This is great news for all of us that are going to get it. It does, however, deal with mental illness. They actually went out and talked to like 2 or 3 two psychologists and 1 psychiatrist about psychosis and the way what happens and things like that. I'm not going to get too much into the game because I know a lot of people do plan on buying it next month here in the next week or two. So, but that's one of the themes of the game, and it's similar to what happened with No Man's Sky. Okay, No Man's Sky was an independent game, but it got AAA treatment. That's what Hellblade is getting. But of course, No Man's Sky, everybody knows what happened with that. Even though if you play No Man's Sky now, you get an authentically good game. Now, about a year after launch, it's finally ready for launch, because you have landing vehicles, things like there's still a nice audience that's playing that game on PC and on PlayStation. So shout out to Bear Hugger because he loves No Man's Sky. And I like No Man's Sky too. So, the trailer on again, I haven't watched the trailer, Andrew, only because I want to be surprised by the game. Only because I want to be surprised by the game. So, but that's what I'm doing. So, but this game has gone gold, so it is coming out. So we have that game that has gone gold. If you plan on buying it, you have the Uncharted game, which comes out on my birthday. That has gone gold. So those are 2 games coming out that lots of people looks like they're going to buy. The Uncharted game, even though it's $39.99, because it's a full game now, they say it's just as long as the original Uncharted. So if that is true, then you're actually getting a good deal for $39.99 because that's what games used to cost when I started gaming. I remember buying games like Urban Warfare, Jungle Warfare, all that kind of stuff on the Sega Genesis, and it was $39.99. So, I'm going to look at I'm going to look at about 2 minutes of the Lost Legacy trailer because it's in 1440p. I'm going to watch it on my TV just to get a sense on what it's kind of going to look like. So that's all. The gameplay, they say, it's more stealth than anything because of the you're using 2 women, so they're not going to be able to physically go around and smack people down. So it's Dead Rising 4 did flop on the Xbox One, unfortunately. And I can't remember, was that a launch title? But there's so many zombie games now. I personally think Dying Light is one of the better zombie games, and I think that game sold a lot better. So even on Xbox as well. So, but it's so what's this now? Savage Jr. Is Marvel going to start putting their movies in UHD? I mean, that's a big question. Yeah. But so I'm going to try to stay away from these trailers because I want to be surprised. I do know with Hellblade, similar to what we could do in not Uncharted, but Shitfire and Horizon Zero Dawn, the photo mode. So we're supposed to get something similar to that. And so we'll have to wait and see, you know, and if you all don't know, the pictures, when you're in picture mode, that is in 4K. Okay, your picture will render in 4K. So, which, you know, I didn't know that, but somebody did some stuff on an iPhone. It was something 4K. It's craziness. But I personally think 4K, everybody has gotten caught up in that because it's easy to market and things like that. So let me get into the little commentary I got here. Oh, and shout out to Porter Rock 77 and Kid Smooth. In case you all don't know, they're going to debate tonight on the Weapon Wheel podcast channel. So I don't know how that's going to work, but that's tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I keep kidding with Porter Rock, saying I want to debate what's better between pork chops or steak. You know, maybe he'll debate me on that. So of the 60 Frames No Lag podcast. So he's a debating guy. I know that. So, but just check him out and give another shout out to him, a personal shout out. Him, Jay Fonzarelli, a couple other guys gave me some good advice for YouTube. And so I'm going kind of in their direction. I like what both Jay Fonzarelli and the way Porter Rock, I like their style, you know, no homo. I like both those guys. So I do podcasts with them, so I'm a little biased. But those two, to me, the way they're handling, the way they're doing things, that's kind of the mode I want to go into as well. So yeah, I'm still going to be funny and a little bit confrontational, and I'll say some off the hook things. But I have faith in the chat that you all will pull me back down. You know, when I try to leave the ground, just pull on the string, and the balloon will come down. So. But yeah, so check those two guys out. You know, they have good channels. Go ahead and sub to them. They have good content as well and good commentary. So go check those guys out. But let me move into this thing. Since I'm trying to build a PC, I saw this thing, and I am signed up to the, like I said earlier, I'm signed up to AMD's website, newsletter, however you want to put it. So this morning or yesterday, late, however you want to put it, they announced their new chipset. AMD's got a chip coming out, the Vega chip. It's a GPU. Hopefully I'm saying that right. So the GPU will be, hold on, what's this about Teen Titans? Come on now, I like Teen Titans. So yeah, I like Teen Titans. Come on now. So, well, as far as Crackdown is concerned, me and J-Dub thinks what we're seeing is the final product, and I hope he's wrong. I pray that he's wrong, because if what I saw was the final product, that thing's going to have some issues. I mean, it may be fun. I'm not here to say it won't be fun, but if that game don't look too good. So, but it may be the funnest game ever made. We just don't know. So I'll never say a game being fun or being good, being bad, a movie being good, being bad, that is all subjective. My opinion is no more than your opinion. Than Sonny in VR or Savage Uger and EJ John. Everybody has different opinions. You know, it is subjective. I may like apple pie, a la mode, and ice cream, and you may go ahead and choose ice cream and whipped cream. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying nobody is 100% right on, because that is subjective knowledge. What's not subjective, what cannot be debated, is that we live in a world of commodities. And since we live in a world of commodities, the man with the gold makes the rules. And you can think that you may think HELLBLADE is trash. I mean, I agree. There are some people that are upset on the Xbox side. So you guys remember, those guys will try to spoil the game. They will try to put the ending out there. They did the same thing with Horizon Zero Dawn because they're upset. But you got to understand, they're like 5-year-old, 6-year-old children, okay, when you talk to those guys. And look, I have an Xbox. You know, there's plenty of us with Xboxes who do not think like that. So, you know, if you know what the truth is, then what they say, what did KRS-One, one of my favorite rappers, say? He said, despite their cries, in the face of intelligence, ignorance dies. That's it. So let them say the most ignorant, stupid things. Just go out and play the games. You know, that's just go play the games. You know, whether that's on the Nintendo Switch, whether you're a PC elitist, whatever you want to call it that. But let me get back to PC or whatever you want to play. So, but understand those cats that are complaining about Sony not doing this, not doing that, they're not banging down Redmond, you know, whatever Redmond, Washington's door where Microsoft headquarters is. They're not banging down their doors asking them why the hell they're not delivering more games. You know, and that's nobody's fault but their own. You know, I don't have an issue with Sony because, again, Sony is delivering games. And shout out to Matt's Gaming. Go sub into his channel. Matt's is an Xbox guy, and he did a video a few videos back, okay, where he finally says, quote, I have to admit Sony didn't say anything about 4K native gaming in their press conference when they did their press conference. Okay, now the console can do 4K native. That's non-debatable. You know, because remember what that debate was. The Pro can't do 4K. Then you named, I don't know, you named the baseball MLB The Show and something. Oh, well, those games don't count. Oh, okay. Well, you name a racing game or something like that. Oh, that doesn't count. You know what I'm saying? So they were going to always, it's like somebody's moving that goalpost back. And it's like, you know what, bitch, it can do 4K. Shut the fuck up. Well, I'm moving on. I'm keeping it moving. Here's my source that says it does 4K native. If they get hung up on 4K native, and again, Xbox X does have 80 to 100 enhanced games, but most of the announced games, let me make this clear, are not 4K native games, okay? They're not 4K native. There's nothing in that. The only game that has been announced with 4K textures is Forza. Now, does that not mean that other games, and I think somebody said something about Killing Floor 2. So Killing Floor 2, my understanding of that is that it is 1800p native on the Xbox X. So again, this falls under enhanced because it's over 1080p, therefore it is enhanced. That's it. Now, of course, if you have a 4K TV, it's going to take that image and it's going to upscale it to 2160p, just like the, you know, but the Xbox S will do that. So here's what you're getting. Let me keep it 100% here. With the Xbox One S, and this is what I would be more concerned with. I don't know as an Xbox One S owner if I'm getting a 1080p game and it's going to upscale to 2160p through the TV set, or if my TV, you know what I'm saying? Let me explain it differently. Okay. It should, I don't know if I'm going to get a 1080p source and then have it upscale to 2160p, or if it's just going to source at 1800p, period. I don't know. I mean, that's all I really understand about it. As far as the differences on the Pro, the big difference on the Pro is that it's a year old and it was fucking free on the Pro. So I don't care what the resolution is on the Pro. One, I'm not going to play it, but I don't care about the resolution of it because it was free. You can't beat free. There's nothing you can do. You can't get past free. I don't care if it costs 1 cent. Free is better than me giving you 1 cent. If you feel me, it's just, you go say, oh, Craig, it's 1 cent. It's still not free. I should not have to dig in my pocket. So they are going to pay for the exact same game for the most part. I mean, I'm not here to say there won't be minute differences because there may be. But my understanding is it is 1440p sourced, native source, and it is upscaled checkerboard to 1800p. But allegedly it holds that buffer. Now, again, I don't know because I don't have the game. So if somebody wants to put in exactly what it can do, that's fine. So 1 cent is basically free. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. I mean, you know, I'm just using it as an example. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it doesn't matter. I should not be. Free is better than anything. I went and got my big green cup filled up today. It was free. I hit my free one. Best fill, and guess what? It would have cost anyway if I had to pay for it. It would have been 84 cents. But guess what? I didn't have to pay. It's the best feeling in the world when you don't have to pay for it. Okay, you know, it just is. You know, it's like wiping your ass with silk, like you do with the Xbox. I mean, just wipe your ass with them. I mean, it's ridiculous. So, but getting back to my point here. So that's the thing with Killing Floor 2. I'm not 100% sure how it's going to go. So Fears Are Pro Games pushed the all they said, Spartan, during their press conference is it will allow owners of this TV to take advantage of some of the things it can do. That's what they said during their press conference, and that's the truth. You know, that's the truth. So you know, just the way it is. So. You know, yeah, we can, you need 8 teraflops for true 4K. Well, true 4K, according to Microsoft, you don't need that. You need 60 flops. So, because you can use dynamic, you can use native, or you can use checkerboarding 4K, which is fine. I'm not complaining, but I think that's bullshit. I call bullshit on that. I did it. I called it when they said it. That is bullshit. 4K is hitting that buffer and maintaining the buffer. If you're at dynamic 4K, that means if a dynamic action takes place, you're going to take resources away from the resolution and give it to the CPU to help you balance that out. With that said, the Xbox X may be powerful enough where it doesn't have to do that a whole lot. You see what I'm saying? So there's going to be a trade-off. It's just, I mean, I've always said, you know what? If you got ants in your house, or you have termites in the house, what difference does it make? You got to call the exterminator. You know what I'm saying? So either way, you got to get rid of them. So don't use your Xbox as a bed stand. I don't. My Xbox One S is fine. It's just I don't have a lot of games to play on it, and I don't want to pay for the as much fun as it is, I do not want to pay for the Hot Wheels thing on Forza 3, even though that's arguably one of the best ideas in the history of game playing. I mean, whoever thought of that should be in charge. I mean, is in charge of something. I don't care who thought of it. Man, that was a great idea. Man, like I said, I played with Hot Wheels when I was a kid. So driving around that track like that was fun as hell, you know. But I got home and realized it's going to cost, they're charging like $26 for it, for DLC for all the tracks and stuff like that. And I'm not doing it. Not doing it. So if it goes on sale, it may go on sale on Black Friday, whatever. When that goes on sale, I'm buying that DLC. I can tell you that much right now. And I will be streaming the shit out of that because I love that. Going around in the loops and all that stuff, jumping over the stuff. That's fun as hell. So, you know, yeah, Matt's gaming videos will be epic. Matt's I like Matt's, you know, but you know, when he admitted that, you know, Sony didn't say that was big because that actually means he's actually paying, you know. So I like that. So you need 1080p and 2K. Yeah, you can. So maybe they can. So, but yeah, so I've got a big full library. But man, what did I get back? Okay. All right. So now the big discussion or some stuff that broke this morning on Twitter after AMD announced this chip or whatever this is, GPU. So AMD announces this GPU. And because it's $399 and it's 10 T-flop, I think that's what it's called, 10 T-flops, people were ragging on the Xbox One X and things like that. And shout out to Kid Smooth because he did a video today. Y'all should check it out. And because it was a good video on, you know, people were trying to delineate a difference or say it was better than a console and things like that. But here's one thing Kid Smooth did miss in his commentary, and he did a good job. But the only observation I'm going to make about this is that this is just coming from somebody who's trying to build a PC. If you start with 0, okay, meaning that you don't have anything to trade in, and you have the Xbox One X, which is going to be $500. Okay, a decent 4K television, a decent one, not one that's going to balls to the wall, blow you away, but a decent 4K TV costs $450 minimum. I'm talking minimum. whether it be a Vizio, a Sony. If it's Sony, it's gonna be a little more expensive. But you know, Vizio, a Samsung, you know, Sony, you're looking minimum 450, minimum for HDR and all that kind of stuff. HDR with wide color gambits and stuff like that. You know, so it's well, I mean, he wasn't really, honestly, Andrew, he wasn't really damage control. He made a good point, but I'm just going to look at it from a point of, let's just start with $950. Okay, that's how much an Xbox X with a decent, I'm talking decent 4K TV is going to cost you, right? I mean, if you bought it right now, there's going to be some bundles and maybe cheaper, but let's just say it's $950 right now. You can buy it right now. They say you this and a 4K TV, you get it $950. To build a 4K, this is just based on what I know about building PCs. You need a motherboard that's going to cost, you need a tower. So let's just call that $50. You say, I got $50 and I want a tower. You can get a tower. All right, so you got a $50 tower. You get a motherboard. That's, you know, the MLS. Yeah, I'm going to say, let's call that $80. Okay, I'm just, you know, and then you need a decent CPU. Let's call that the i5. I don't know, the second series. So you're looking at about, let's just call that $180. And I'm just rounding. These are just numbers that I've just kept in my head. If you buy that, let's just say you get the AMD for the 480, which pretty much that's what's the GPU that's in the Xbox right now. But you get that. Let's just call that 200 and let's call that $200. So that's your CPU, GPU. So you're at $300 right there. So, and that, you know, give or take. And this is just a bare bones 4K one, okay? So what else am I missing here? Let's say you get a solid state drive and that you pay $150 for that. Okay, am I missing anything? I mean, because that's what I have. I mean, I'm saving from. Oh, you need a power source. Okay, let's just say your power source is I don't know. What do you think a power source would be? $200, $250. So, I mean, you know, and you don't need the solid state drive. Okay, we're at right now. Let's add all this up here. Let's see here. And some of this is more expensive and some of this is cheap, but these are the numbers I remember on Newegg. And then 200, then 250. So we're at $760 and we haven't gotten, we don't have a monitor yet. And this is where This is where the Xbox comes in. This is depending on what you want. If you got to get a 4K monitor with HDR, okay, you're looking at, I mean, now that I don't know. Okay, so let's pull one up right now. Pull one here. All right, SSD hard drive on your Pro, so a solid state drive. Yeah, well, how much is a solid state drive for? Well, let me look it up here. Because I'm just trying to. I mean, this is no diss video at all. This is not what this is. I'm just trying to look at a comparative system. If you start at zero, you know what I'm saying? So let me go ahead and change this to Google. And so SSD drive price. Yeah, so all right, a 128 gigabyte SSD drive is at $49. So let's take that price way down. So we're at $760. So let's drop that down to $650. Okay, so let's go to $650. This is if you have a solid state drive, which I don't think you need. And then let's see what a 4K monitor is. See, 4K HDR. Here we go, monitor. It pulled it up for me. The cheapest one right now is $219. So let's call that $220. All right, you're at $871, and the X, that's for everything. And you, of course, that's not including if somebody puts it together, all that kind of stuff. So So right now we're at 870. So 871. Let's call that $870. That's yeah, expensive. Yeah, but you're at $950, Andrew, for the Xbox X. This is if you don't have nothing to trade in and you want a brand new, and you get a TV, a decent TV. So you're roughly paying the same price. So this now will come down to what you want as a consumer, because you're looking at a $100 difference, give or take. And I'm talking give or take because some of these PC prices may be off. Okay, I'm sure my power source is off. I know you're going to be paying more than $200, but that was just a number that I read. The 1 terabyte costs over $200. Well, the one I just saw on Amazon was not 1 terabyte. So, but damn. All right, yeah. I mean, to build a 4K PC, my understanding is that you're looking at $1,200. So SSD. Damn it. It says the card. Let's go 1 TB. Yeah, I mean, 1 TB is two. Well, if I'm reading that right, 1 TB is $279.99. There's I mean, now here's a Seagate one for $94. So, like I said, I mean but it's not needed. Do you see what I'm saying? My point is that you do not need an SSD card, for a computer to work. For it to turn on and work in game, you don't need it. It's nice to have. I'm not here to say you shouldn't get one. What's your question? So, okay. So, but my understanding is, and a friend of mine that works at Device Pit Stop, he said minimum for a 4K gaming PC would be, his budget would be $1,200. So, like I said, my budget wasn't even half that. It was maybe half that. So yeah. So 4K monitors are mostly around $1,300. No, let me see if I can screen share this. I may not be able to screen share correctly. So I apologize if I don't get this right. So let's see, 4K HDR monitor. So here is one. I think this is 4K. Dell. Now there's a Dell. You're right. The Dell Ultra Sharp one is $1,500. Woo-wee. That's money I do not have. But I mean, you get my point. You get my point. So, but yeah, so I'm saying this because I think Kid Smooth had a legitimate point where they're going to get you monitor. That is, you're going to have to dig deep on that one unless you get some kind of come up, So PC monitor I'm talking about. Okay, yeah, that's what I was looking at, PC monitors. So, and this is where they're going to get people. So this is why you see so many people gaming at 1440p at 60. That's why, because making the jump to 4K, they will tell you it isn't worth the extra money. 40p full monitor and 3D for let's see here. Let's go to Newegg because I like Newegg, but let's see what it comes up to. Computer slow as hell. The cheapest one here is $1. So again, that's still expensive, and that's an Acer. I'm sorry, the Asus, which I know is considered, I guess it's one of the top brands, is $699. So again, my point is that depending on how you want to look at and what you want to do. Okay, but you're at about, if without a solid state drive at all, you're at about $700. Okay, so you're roughly the same price. You're going to be in between $1,000 and $1,200. This is for the person who does not have anything to trade in or something like that. If you walk into the store, you can walk into Best Buy to get an Xbox One X. More than likely, you're going to be paying roughly about $950. Okay, that's for a decent 4K TV and the Xbox One X. Now, they may have a deal. They may have some bundles. As a matter of fact, Phil Spencer said they would have some bundles with TVs. We have to wait and see what they got. But as of right now, based on what we know, they haven't announced anything. So a decent 4K TV, I'm talking about the mid line. I'm not talking about the low line. You can go lower than that on the 950. You may be able to go to 840 if you get a cheap 4K TV. You know, but a decent one is going to cost you minimum $450. That's minimum. So, but you can go high cents and stuff like that and maybe catch one on sale. So, but you know, it is what it is. Your 4K PC costs you $612. Damn, that's a good deal right there. That is a good deal. But so my point is that if you're looking to do 4K gaming, this AMD chip is brand new. It's $399. So Intel's going to have to come back. I don't know if it's not Intel, NVIDIA, they're going to have to come back with something. Okay, they're going to have to come back with something. So because right now, you looking at a pretty decent build for about, like Fight Me N-Word said, you can about $700 to do 4K. Okay, and that's without, I don't know how the monitor and stuff works, and if you have a TV that has V-Sync, because remember the Xbox has V-Sync, so if you can say, okay, I'm just going to play on a 4K monitor like I just pulled up, because you can still buy the Xbox X 4K monitor, and that's going to be $399 for a decent one. No, these are 1440p monitors. So let's find here, and I'm going to type in 4K monitor. Share this. Let me go here. Come on up. Screen share, because it's like I'm talking into the air. Window. What do I need to pull up in? I forgot how to do this. Okay, I think I know how to do it. All right. I have to pull it up on this one. So with me now. Let me see if I can pull this up. Oh, the heck with it. I don't have to pull it up. But anyway, you all get what I'm trying to say here. Oh, hold on. Okay. So I'm assuming you all can see my screen right now. So let's go to Newegg. And let's go to, I'm going to type in 4K. All right, that's 4K monitor. And then we're going to throw in HDR. So, yeah, you're looking at a pretty steep thing. But let me ask you something, Spartan. What kind of monitor do you have, if you don't mind me asking? If you don't mind me asking, what kind of monitor do you have? So, because that's always good. But the people were kind of going back and forth on what was better and things like that. And I'm telling people right now, what's better is subjective. Try not to get caught up in what's better. Do what's best for you. Okay? Do what's best for you. Oh, you use your TV. Okay, well, see, that's cool. Now, does your TV have V-Sync and things like that? I am trying to build a 4K PC. Of course I am, you know. And I'm gonna film myself building it. So that's the main thing there. So yeah. So I'm off to a pretty decent start. I've got my motherboard. I've got my tower, and I've got my GPU. I'm currently saving up for the Ryzen CPU. So, you know, the Ryzen CPU is what was supposed to be in the Xbox X. So all you all who are getting it, you should have the Ryzen CPU in there. So we're going to have to check it out. Somebody needs to take it apart. So, but yeah, Top Dog, I'm trying to build one. So trying. I mean, it's going to take me time. I'm not going to. Rome wasn't built in a day, you know. So Rome wasn't built in a day. So, but I am on my way there. I've got a huge tower. It's bigger than a cat, you know. So I got a big tower, and I've got the motherboard and things like that. So it was updated to support VSync, FreeSync, and Xbox One S. Your TV was okay. Yeah, I mean, again, that's cool. Yes. Sony hooked it up, so you know, Sony did hook your TV up. So we'll have to wait and see how it's going. So, but yeah, guys, that honestly, man, I tell you what, that was a quick one because there was nothing else going on. I am going to buy Hellblade, and has anybody played Lawbreakers? Anybody want to give a quick review? So shout out to Randall Thor. Go check out his review. He did a good review on it. Rome was built in 4 weeks. Says who? Well, again, if somebody wants to, help out, donations are being taken for that, and that the money goes directly to that. So the last amount of money I'm going to have will go towards the camera, which is not going to be anything extravagant, just something I can set on top of my screen. So also the beta's a 7.8 out of 10. All right, if you have a choice, Spartan, between Hellblade and then that game, so I'm not going to be able to play Star Citizen. Yo, yes, I can. How come I can't play Star Citizen at 4K 60, by God? All right, how about 1440p 60? So you thought it was better than Paladins and Overwatch? All right, that's cool. That is cool. So I can't. No, I don't know. It's just taking everything for me to do this. So so is it better than Overwatch? Okay. Well, does it have some girl on there that says "Cheers, love, Cavalry's here"? Because that's the big selling point of Overwatch, in my opinion. It's got some girl with a big butt that says "Cheers, love, Cavalry's here." So, so you know, so that was a great commercial. Though. Shout out to Blizzard and what they're doing on Overwatch. That's what Microsoft wants to do. That's a service. That's a game. That's you pay to play and all that kind of stuff. But somebody's got to explain why I can't play Star Citizen. So, hey, that chick, the way she's drawn, that's the way it should be. That's her name, Tracer or something like that. So, but that was a big deal. Like when she was being drawn, there were people protesting that because of the way she looked. So, but I mean, why can't I play Star Citizen? Like, can I do 1440p 60? More than likely, I'm going to end up playing 1440p. So, yeah, well, again, Microsoft's going to do where they're going to go where the money is. So, again, Microsoft, they made $1 billion with the Xbox, but, based off services and things like that. Also, I did see an analyst report that said that they do think Xbox S sales have slowed down because of the Xbox X coming out. I mean, that's from an analyst. That's not me damage controlling from Microsoft. So if you hear people saying that, they're actually telling the truth. So so if I have a Ryzen CPU, can I not run Star Citizen? Yeah, I do look at other women. I try not to. My girlfriend says that if you're not looking, then you're not human, but you better not stare. That's what my girl says. It's okay to look, you better not stare. Okay, then you guys just learn that difference, man. You're gonna be happy. I tell you that. So, because man, brothers, man, we be trying to stare, but she just told me that. Nah, you can look, but you can't stare. There's a difference. So, I had to learn the difference. Trust me. My girl, she's cute though. So I have a cute girl. So I don't really need to stare. Now I can't see. I just stare. Hey, Eddie Vedder there for you guys on a Monday afternoon. But yeah. So Overwatch, everybody's giving it roughly a 7, almost an 8 out of 10. That's not bad though, right? Do you think? How is your 8 out of 10? Is that pretty good then? Everybody's 7.8 and 8s are different. I get that. So, yeah, look but don't stare. Yeah. Look but don't touch. Yes, touch but don't. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I can't do that. I'm old. I'm old. I cannot do that. Now, why is Star Citizen very demanding on a 14 on 4K? But yeah, 1440p is fine with me. I'm not upset at 1440p. So, but I'm just saying that. I mean, shout out to Kid Smooth. I thought he had a legitimate point, you know, but it just means that, okay, what they're trying to I think what they're trying to get at is, you know, if I already have a PC and it's mid-level and you can just pay $399 and get that graphics card and you know how to put it in yourself at $399, you're going to probably do that, then go out and spend $500. So, I mean, that's what I'm trying to say to people is that you can't. People have already made up their mind about getting the Xbox One X or not getting it. Those people they're fine. So, okay, there's a better one. So, oh, okay. So they're roughly the same. You have Overwatch and Edge. So, all right. Yeah. Now, what about the price, Spartan? Does that bring it up? Does that get it off that 7.8 line? Because to me, $30 is where they're selling that game. Meaning that's one of the big things, the selling point of that game. It's just like with HELLBLADE, you know. So it's just like with HELLBLADE. So, and if you all want to be smart asses, and you know, if you want to troll people, if they say that the Xbox X is 40% more powerful than the it's 40% more powerful. You say that's true, but PlayStation has 40% the library. Lawbreakers is $40. No, I thought Lawbreakers was $29.99. So the other one is $39. The Uncharted DLC is $40. So that's what's $40. So. Is a very large open space sim. Yeah, well, so is Elite Dangerous, and so is yeah, I know Star Citizen is demanding. I'm just kidding. So I know it is. So it's for that'll be one of the games I'm playing on PC though. So the bonus edition is 40. What is the bonus edition? So 40% more powerful. It allegedly is based on specs. So I mean that is a reality. I mean, you don't have to hate on it. That is a reality based on specs. I'm switching this to night mode. Let me see what night mode is. Oh, there we go. Hey. I like that. I'm going to go night mode. I'll go night mode for the final part. Oh, there we go. Hey, let me turn that down. So there we go. So yeah, that's actually pretty neat looking. I gotta give them credit. So I give them credit on this one. So yeah. But honestly, guys, if there are no more questions or anything like that, so that's somebody saying the Xbox S GPU is 41% more powerful than the Pro. But remember, it has a saying how the RAM is. Yeah, I mean, you're right. You're right. What's going on, Andre? You're right. It does. You know, I mean, look, you can't deny the GPU. That thing's a monster. And a game like Forza, that's the way it should be. That's the way games should be. So, real world performance. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right, Savage. Yeah, it is. I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, I'm not buying one. I'm fine with my Xbox S when Cuphead and those games roll out for Ori and the Blind Forest. I'll be firing it up again. If they drop the price on the DLC of of Forza Motorsports 3 Hot Wheels, I'll play it then. It's not that big a deal. So. Okay, 38, 41, 50. That's not that big a deal. It's more powerful. So, that's just the way it is. Mario will slaughter Xbox One X. We'll have to wait and see. So, Yeah, definitely have to wait and see how that's gonna go. So, but honestly, guys, that was about it. It's a slow day. Get any information on Capcom? Does anybody know anything about Capcom concentrating on Nintendo and PlayStation? And they told Microsoft to go kick rocks. I mean, I'm just asking. So I am just asking. So if nobody knows, that's fine because I could not find anything. So and that's fine too. So, but if not, so I'm too cheap. Yeah, I'm frugal. Yeah, I'm frugal. But hey, I understand. You got to pay the cost to be the boss. So, but it's okay. I may not be able to buy it day of, but I'll get it eventually. So Capcom will start focusing on Japanese because that's what they are. So, well, I mean, I'm not saying that you're right about that, but they made Street Fighter. That was a Western fighter. So Capcom, didn't Capcom do Resident Evil? Or was that somebody else? I'm just asking. I mean, I can't remember who did. I think Capcom did Resident Evil. So it's not like they don't have Western games that are success. I mean, Resident Evil is insanely successful. It's been out since the 90s. So so let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater on that one, Spartan. So, but I am actually going to get on. I'm going to get on up out of here, and I appreciate everybody joining me. I'm going to actually try to stream on Twitch. So, let me see if I can. So Resident Evil is Capcom. Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember if it was or not. So, and I never played Resident Evil 7. So anybody's going to ask me that. No, I did not play Resident Evil 7. I have heard good things about it. I've heard in VR, it's really good. It's really good. So, but guys, I appreciate you being here. I am going to bounce on off of here, and I am going to play. What am I going to play? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and finish this Ghost Recon off. So anybody wants to watch me live stream that, I'll probably live stream that on Twitch. So, damn, and I'll put my Twitch handle up on my Twitter. Yeah, Twitch on Twitter. That's a tongue twister. So I will put my handle up on Twitter, and people can follow it, I guess, like that. So, but come check that out, guys. I'm gonna bounce on out of here like a bad check. So I'm on Twitch. I'm about to be. I think I signed up for Twitch. Yeah, I should be on Twitch. I signed up when D23 was on Twitch, but I didn't write any of the information down. So hopefully it saved it. And I'll stream to it if I can get it up. But if I can get it up and running, and I'll put whatever that is on my Twitter thing. So people who are following me on Twitter, just look at that real quick, and that's where it'll be, and that'll be the way it is. So, but all right then, guys, that is it. I'm gonna bounce. I did not know you could live stream on Twitter. I didn't know games. I mean, I don't know why. I forgot. There's like that. There's Daily Motion. There's just so much stuff, and I got to get plugged into it. So that's. Got to give me some time to catch up. That's all I'm saying. Give me a minute. Give me a hot minute here. So, but thanks for joining me, guys. Like I said, so just going over it again, HELLBLADE has gone gold. It'll be here in 7 more days. So Xbox X enhanced games, they're up to 80 enhanced games, maybe closer to 100. So good for them. They're going to have bundles with TVs, according to Phil Spencer. Just have to keep our eye out for it. This is if you're going to buy one. And Injustice 2 is getting the DLC. So Starfire. So everybody who bought that game, congrats. Go enjoy your DLC. Go support those guys. So, tell you now. I can't tell you now. All right, hold on. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find it here on for Spartan. So where's my remote control? So okay, let's see here. Oh God, man. So I thought you were on there, Spartan. Now I'm gonna have to get all this stuff turned on. So So it's going to tell me this thing was turned off, blah, 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 blah. So, okay, so let me resume. Let me go to share. Okay, hold on. It's turning itself back on. Okay, so we're going to broadcast gameplay. And there's Twitch. Does anybody use Daily Motion? I'm just asking. I've never heard of Daily Motion, so. Oh my goodness gracious! I have to fire. I have to do that all over again. All right then. Well, hellfire. Well, Spartan, I'll come back on later tonight, and then I will let everybody know what that is. But I'm gonna bounce on out of here. I got all this shit again. All right then. But that's it. This has been Craig Harris, the black man in the green chair with the big green cup. It is now 2 o'clock, and that is the end of Craig's Corner. I am headed inside. You all take it easy now. Peace out. Thanks for joining me. Have a good one. And keep it gaming. Peace.